Hello again. Now I have made the game. The objective of the video is to connect the stars by using the And when you when you gather the stars, we will be making a collecting sound. And this is, you see here, this is a variable. This is where you keep track of your score. Now, what you want to do is going to go choose a sprite. I chose Moment. Choose a sprite that like a gather, like another sprite. I chose this cartoon. Now, first step, you would like to take the green flag on the events. Then you go to control and get the forever loop. Once when you have finished getting the forever loop, you will go to if then, which is still also in the controls. You will drag the if then code onto the square. Then you go to the sensing. Now it says key some space pressed. We don't want space, so you click on space and it says right hour, left hour, or one of these. We're going to do right hour. Once when you have done right hour, put the if. You go to take the if then and put the right hour. I already coded here. I'm just showing you how to make it. And then go to change x by 10 and get the events like this and the forever loop. Now we need to also make it go left. So now I'm gonna just duplicate, drag this code out and duplicate it. Once when you have duplicated, just put it back into the forever loop. Be careful. And then do the left arrow, okay? And then it will say change x by 10. But we don't want it to change x by 10. We want it to change x by negative 10. Once you have done this code, you are done. Now, to make a new sprite. Get a new sprite like a collectible. Here, there's a lot of code to do. We don't need this one. Now, you're gonna take when the green flag is clicked, go to looks, and get the hide code. And then, we're gonna make a variable. Now, it says make a variable. Click on make a variable, type in score, and then say on for all sprites, and then say OK. And then this, you're gonna take set score underneath the hide, and then change it to score. Okay. So when we click on the green flag, it will hide and set scores to 0 because the score is to 0. And yes, then once you're done, you go to looks again and go to show. When you've done do show, you go to the controls and take wait 1 second. Drag it onto the code. Then go to drag the forever loop underneath it and click it underneath the 1 second. When you have done that, go to take the if then button and put it inside the forever loop. Now you're gonna go to sensing, and then you're gonna take the first code, touching mouse pointer. We don't want it to touch the mouse pointer. We want it to touch Monet. That's my sprite. Your sprite name is here. And then you put it in this. Once when you've done that, then you go to the variables again and change my variables, but we don't want my variable. We want the score variable, don't we? By 1. When you've done that, go to sound, and it says start sound collect. When you have done that, put it underneath the set score, change score, and then go to the motions and choose go to random position. When you've done that, scroll down below and get the set Y to 30. But we don't want it 30. We want it to 180. Okay. Now we have done one of the codes. Now the next code is this one. First, as usual, as the same one, we take the green flag when it's clicked and get the forever loop. It's on the controls. Here. Once when you have done that, you go to motions again and say change Y. It's important it's not X, it's Y. Once you've done that, do this, -5. What it means by -5, it's going down, -5 to the bottom. Okay. You can also choose your backdrop. Yeah. Once you've done that, get the if then on the controls, drag it underneath, and go to the operators. Now, here, you drag it here. Now, we want the Y position less than the Y70. Then, go to a random position. So, we need to go get Y position. You go to motions again, scroll down a little, and get the Y position. Drag it into this circle here. And we don't want it 50. We want it -170. Okay. Next, you go to random position, and then set Y underneath it. Now you have done this part. Once when you have done that, you have finished the game. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can duplicate it, and it has the same code. But just to do something, just quickly do something, you will have to remove this code. 1 second. You see these 3 codes? You don't need them. You do need this one. The purple ones you don't need. And here. And you have finished the game.